dumbest wars ever fought in human history that you have never heard of. Ah yes, 1896 on the island of Zanzibar. The British said, "Hey, that's mine," and made the island into a British colony, and the Sultan on the island became no more than a puppet of the empire, meant to keep the peace with the locals. The British also said, "Hey, you guys have a lot of slavery here. That's not cool. Please get rid of it." Well, slavery is our island's main source of trade and economic growth, and abolishing it could negatively impact— Hey, I wasn't asking. All was going well until the puppet Sultan of Zanzibar was poisoned by his cousin, a guy named Khalid bin Bargash. Khalid wanted to be the new Sultan, and took over the royal palace. He really hated the British, and he also loved slavery, and he was also a world-famous kazoo player. I made that last one up because I had a kazoo sound effect I wanted to use. It's my video, I can do what I want. Obviously, the British couldn't have this guy leading their colony, so they said, "Hey man, go kick rocks, or we'll declare war." I declare war. Son of a British. Khalid bin Bargash quickly defended the royal palace with 3,000 of his followers and some artillery. He was prepared to use everything he had to claim his rightful place on the throne. The British showed up to the scene with 5 ships from their Royal Navy: Raccoon, Thrush, Sparrow, St. George, and Philomel. Khalid also had a powerful navy, made up of his personal yacht and— Oh, that's not good. "Cheerio, old chap," said the British. "You blokes can just surrender and we don't have to kill you. Like, it's cool, we can still be friends." Pfft, you wouldn't dare to actually attack us. Oh, we're mumbling in I don't think they would ever attack us. Drinking the tea over there. Oh, we would dare. That's why we showed up with 5 naval battleships. You idiot. You wouldn't dare. Just 38 minutes after the war started, the war was over. The British implemented a brand new puppet sultan named Hamoud bin Muhammad, who wouldn't dare to oppose them. And thus, the shortest war in history happened, and it was really stupid. Speaking of wars, sponsorship jump scare! Supremacy 1914 is a free-to-play online PvP strategy game where you can lead a real country into battle in World War I. They've got tanks, artillery, fungus between your toes as you stand in trenches regretting your life choices. Too realistic, forget that last part. You can build armies, manage your economy and resources, and declare war on your neighbors. I do that in real life. The most exciting thing about Supremacy 1914 today is the Heroes update. Heroes are a new progression system that lets players unlock and level up unique characters, like this guy, Sergeant Alvin York, hero of the Argonne. Just look at that handsome mustache. The second most exciting thing about this game is the Stormtroopers update. Not those Stormtroopers. You can now use these guys in your campaigns, and remember that handsome mustache devil from earlier? If you deploy him alongside your Stormtroopers, they get a power boost, and they're even better at mercilessly slaughtering your enemies. Good job, guys. Have a cookie. Click the link in the description or pinned comment to play on PC or mobile, and get an exclusive starter pack with all the perks listed on screen. Thank you to Supremacy 1914 for sponsoring this video, and now, back to the dumbest wars in history. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Australia. Here's a handy diagram for you. Green means things on land will kill you, blue means things in the water will kill you, and the black outlines means that things on land and in water will kill each other, fighting over which one gets to kill you. Meanwhile, you'll die of a venomous snake bite you got earlier. After World War I, the Australian government gave a bunch of land to war veterans to keep them busy now that all the fighting was over. At the same time, a drought caused an unusually large migration of emus to come knocking. Emu? What is emu? Who is emu? They're a species of discount velociraptors with the minds of army tanks on crack cocaine. Standing at 6 feet tall with claws 6 inches long, they're fast, smart, loud, and it is most definitely not a phase, Mom.
Love Roblox? Earn Roblox digital gift cards with Microsoft Rewards.
So one day, these inexperienced ex-soldier farmers were minding their own business, planting crops and cropping plants, when a tidal wave of tens of thousands of emus showed up, eating and trampling and crapping on everything in sight. They broke down the farmers' fences, and the holes they left allowed rabbits and other pests to get in and eat anything the emus had left behind. Obviously, the farmers were pretty pissed. Those damn emus. Oh, honey, I'm sorry about your crops, but there's nothing we can do. Like hell there is! Gwendolyn, by God, this is just a phase. I'll make sure of that. This man was Major G.P.W. Meredith, and he was put in charge of the Great Emu War. The war officially began on November 2nd, 1932. Meredith and 2 soldiers traveled to the town of Campion and spotted a mob of emus. How many emus? I don't know, maybe 6 or 7? It was 50. They tried shooting at them, but the emus scattered in all directions and only a handful of birds were actually hit. They tried again a couple of days later, ambushing about 1,000 emus near a dam. However, the machine guns jammed after only 12 birds had been killed, and the rest got away. They even tried gunning the emus down from a truck on a bumpy dirt road, but this didn't work because the bumpy dirt road made the emus faster than the truck, and the bumpy dirt road made aiming the gun difficult. Meredith complained that the emus could face machine guns with the invulnerability of tanks, and the newspapers of Australia and the world mocked him for losing the Great Emu War. Quick side note, I'm trying out this new thing where I ask my viewers to vote on things in the comments. It increases engagement, which the YouTube algorithm loves, and it means I can pay my bills. So write a comment right now. Do you prefer dogs, cats, or parrots? It can be just one word. Anything helps. Where was I? Ah yes. The emus kept on destroying crops, and eventually Meredith was called again to the front lines, and again he was defeated. On average, it took him and his team 10 rounds of ammunition to kill a single emu. The government started offering bounties to anyone who could kill an emu, and this is what finally turned the tide of the war. In a 6-month period in 1934, over 57,000 bounties were claimed. But what really solved the emu crisis in Australia wasn't stronger weapons, braver soldiers, or smarter tactics. It was the invention of a slightly better fence. The moral of this story is that fighting isn't always the answer, and sometimes you just need to establish better boundaries. Look at this flag. This is the flag of the Asante people of what is now modern-day Ghana. That wacky-looking thing in the center is the golden stool, a symbol of national unity and royal authority. According to legend, the stool descended from heaven in a cloud of sparkly white dust and landed in the lap of the first Asante emperor, and it is believed to possess the very soul of all the Asante people, the living, the dead, and those yet to be born. Naturally, it's a pretty important chair, and it's so sacred that no one, not even the Asante emperor himself, is allowed to sit on it. That part is important. In 1900, the British realized they hadn't conquered the Asante people yet. Hey, we should go conquer the Asante people. Bloody hell yeah, we should. So they conquered them, and made them into a colony. They sent a guy named Frederick Hodgson to go to Asante and do some colonial administration, whatever that means. When he showed up, this happened. Hey guys, I heard you have this really cool sacred stool lying around here. I want to sit on it with my big white pimply British ass, and then I'm going to give it to the Queen, so she can sit on it with her big white pimply British ass, because she is your ruler now. Got it? Now, where's that stool? The Asante people said nothing in response. They just went home and started preparing for war. Obviously, Hodgson was an idiot. Some of you watching this video are still little babies crawling on your hands and knees with little farts in your bellies, and even you know that you shouldn't try to steal a sacred spiritual object from another culture for literally no good reason at all. Thousands of Asante warriors attacked the British colonials in their village, and 1,000 British men and several thousand Asantes died in the following War of the Golden Stool. The moral of this story is that you shouldn't try to stick your bum where it doesn't belong. Even after the war was over, the British kept looking for the Golden Stool for some reason. For 20 long years, they searched and searched, but the Asante people had hidden it well. You'll never put your dirty British butt cheeks on my sacred stool. Then in 1921, the Golden Stool was finally found by a group of African railroad builders. They stole the golden ornaments from it, and the Asante people sentenced them to death. But the British intervened and had them exiled instead. Thanks again to Supremacy 1914 for sponsoring this video. If you're a fan of online PvP strategy games full of historic World War I warfare, you should click the link in the description and get an exclusive free starter pack worth $15 containing hero